Assalamu alaikum, bonjour, this is Lamia. Welcome to this new podcast episode, 7 years in Saudi. As you know, I am thrilled always to give you and to keep up with this subject, with this wonderful subject about emotions. As you know, I am so happy to bring up subjects that give clarity about how we feel and how to manage feeling more free, empowered, and just tackle each day with a new sense of lightness. And you know that it is so important for me to help moms with that, because I think when you experience motherhood, you end up always feeling like you are in a sort of escape game where you are stuck with a game that you are not aware of the rules. And not only if you study the rules, you end up feeling that there are continuously new rules coming up. It's like playing a game where you don't know how to win, and even if you know how to win and you train every day to get it, well, at some point there was going to be an update the day after that, and you're going to be just failing at this game again. So it's a bit frustrating. And it's a huge and fair game because we are not set with the same set of cards. We don't have the same problems. We don't have the same set of skills. We are not resourced the same, yet we are all playing the same game. The game of success. Now, what is success? I just watched another video about Kobe Bryant. I love this guy. He, I think, found the best analogy ever about success or failing. Can you imagine? He was an athlete, a professional athlete. So his job was to win every game he was playing at. So can you imagine the pressure for every athlete going each time? It's like going for a new exam. And if you fail at some point all the exams, you're going to be kicked out of the team. So winning is sort of super important, right? So how can someone arrive to this level of championship and figure out that failing, and that's his word, failing is an illusion, doesn't exist. And the journalist who was interviewing him was completely surprised. What are you talking about? And then he brings up the story of Snow White. He said, wait a second, just figure out. Okay, Snow White, we say that it's a happy ending, right? At the end, the prince comes and she gets married with him, and voila, end of story. No, it's not the end of story. He said, maybe 2 months after that, they had an argument and the prince had to sleep on the couch. Ha ha. It's a good point. So, is it a failure at that point? 2 months after their marriage? Or would you say, oh, that's life? There is no failure or success. If there is no failure, there is no success. And if there is no failure and there is no success, or maybe success is not what we are told it is. Success is not with money, because then how would you describe a wise man or a wise woman or a wise mother who has no income doing what she's doing, and yet working every day for the sake of her kids and to bring up to the world, to the society, young adults that will be part of the community, wherever the community they will be living in. And can you imagine that maybe we will measure the success of this mother just by saying, oh, she did well. Her son succeeded to this exam, or he's a lawyer, or he's a doctor, or he's president of a country, or anything, okay? But at the end, this guy is doing nothing really useful for his community. Maybe he's a very nasty guy. Maybe people are dying because of this person. So you see, good, bad, where do we stand here? And at the end, nobody is measuring how much successful it is to bring up to the world, to the community of humans, kind, generous, heartfelt, thoughtful humans. You know, those who will take care of their neighbors, of their wives. You know, just a man, you raise a boy and he becomes a man who is a good father, a good husband. He makes everybody around him happy, peaceful. He's honest. He is the kind of a guy you can give the key of your house because he's completely trustworthy. Yet, how do you measure that? How do you measure this huge success? How do you measure the success of, let's say, Nelson Mandela's mom? But who knows? She died when the whole world was praising him and was completely respecting him. I assume. I'm not sure when she died. But all this is making me think of how can we measure all this success? And still, all the moms are doing the job. And I know a lot of them who are struggling, feeling unrecognized, feeling guilty. Feeling guilty. Can you imagine feeling guilty after all what they do from dawn to night? A lot of moms have no pay for anything what they do. And yet they have the most important job on earth, in my humble opinion. Because they are raising future responsible adults. And then I stumble upon a gem, an interview of Jerry Seinfeld in Jimmy Fallon show. And he is, as usual, he's a funny guy, he's a humorist, and he's saying this. He is studying wifeology, and he's saying that marriage is an adult education, and that being a husband is science, because he is checking all the cues, the physiology cues of his wife, and he wants to understand how she is feeling, what she is saying to him. And he also says that his wife, being a wife, is an art. Okay. And then the thing is about this story is that when I listened to this humorist video, we were dead laughing with my husband. I mean, and we are married for now, how long? I mean, I know him for almost 30 years. Can you imagine? And we were dead laughing because we went through all this struggling thing, and laughing made our day extremely agreeable. We had, this kind of laugh where you cannot control yourself and you laugh and you laugh and you bond with the mate you are laughing with. and you keep thinking of positive things. And then the day went so smooth. It was a, it was a gem of a day. And I was thinking, my God, can you imagine if measuring success would be by how many times you laugh a day? Maybe success is when you laugh. Maybe success is a joyful day. Because bon, you cannot you cannot control the weather outside, right? Huh? You cannot. You cannot control what's going to happen. A war, a glitch, a problem, a new regulation. You cannot control everything. You cannot even control people's lives. Your husband's life you cannot control. Your wife you cannot control. Your kids you cannot control. You can make some disciplinary habits that help make everything go smooth, but at the end, seriously, what can we control? We can we can't even control how long we are going to live. We don't even know how long we are going to live. So if it's only one day left, I mean, does it matter the day you die how much you have on your account, or how much people love you, or how much your kid is making for a living? No. Being healthy, yeah, that's kind of a point. Yeah, so you can at least move around, and there you can control a bit of your life. Because when you're not healthy, you're suffering, you're in pain with your body, then the choices get shrinks. But imagine the success of being joyful. Wow, I love it. What about you? And that is an emotion, my friends. Laughing, having fun, being not too serious. That makes some kind of common sense. It makes it edible. You can understand. I mean, what are we doing here? We work to earn some money. We make connections to have more power around us. We make connections to feel good. And our best friends are the friends we laugh with. And that's a good clue, actually, when you find a very good friend. And ask yourself, who is the friend you always laugh with? I have the chance to have those kind of friends. I mean, I have a friend, when I see him, just the fact of thinking of him, I'm dead laughing. Because he's a flower of joy. Just being next to him makes me laugh. Can you imagine? So, at the end, I'm thinking, that's the point. That's the point. Having friends to laugh with. This is what we are here to do. And laughing, loving, feeling those emotions, feeling this. And laughing is the most powerful medicine I ever tried. And that makes me go to this wonderful movie, Dr. Patch with Robin Williams. And this guy, Robin Williams, can you imagine? He suffered of, he had a bipolar, this is what they say. I don't have the exact information, but I quite understand that he suffered from depression for a long, long time. And his way of healing himself, of sustaining himself, of living day after day, was to bring joy to people, was laughing. That makes laughing a very powerful tool to feel healthy. I think it's a good way of living. So, if laughing is the success point, it's easy to count those times where we laugh. What do you think? Because I remember very accurately that yesterday I did laugh. I remember that. So it means that our memories can make us just simply remember the days that were super joyful. Because how do you count joy? How do you measure it? By smiling? Yeah, sure, but you smile all the time. Though not everybody smiles. What do you think? And the body remembers that. Every time you smile, he thinks, poof, she's joyful. She is feeling joy. Let's bring on more hormones for that. Yeah, dopamine, endorphins, everything. He brings up all the whole shake. And we feel amazing with that. So, my fellow mothers, what I wish you for today is to count each time you laugh. And let's be super grateful, because if I laugh like I laughed yesterday, every day, I think I will be living a very successful life. And this is what I wish you, my dear moms. Have a wonderful day, and let's see each other very soon for another episode of 7 Years in Saudi. And let's make it a wonderful, joyful episode next time, once more. Bye-bye.